Home and away spoilers. Summer Bay shocked as manhunt is launched for Tane. Tane is officially a man on the run next week, after absconding from Northern District's hospital with baby Maia. Tane has struggled to separate himself from the infant since finding her abandoned on the beach in a gym bag. Tane gave her the name Maia. When the reporter, Peter, barged into the hospital to try and get a quote from Tane, the ensuing struggle saw Tane barred from visiting Maia. Naturally, it didn't take long for Tane to receive Avo. In the meantime, his hopes of becoming an emergency foster carer for Maia were dashed when Harper informed him that he was ineligible, due to not being a permanent Australian resident. It was made clear, however, that Rue becoming a foster carer wouldn't necessarily mean Maia would be placed with her. Tane was not happy, believing that he was the only person suitable to be looking after Maia, and demanded to know more about these foster parents. This of course was not information that he was entitled to, so he went off in another huff. With the final preparations being made, Rose gave a press conference explaining that Maia was being placed with a loving foster family, and made a heartfelt appeal for the mother to make herself known. Rose was stunned when she later received a call from the mother had finally come forward. Whilst various assessments would have to be made, it's possible that Maia was going to be reunited with her real family. However, after a request to get his Avo lifted so he could say goodbye to Maia was denied, Tane decided to sneak Tane into the hospital. Naively leaving Tane alone with the baby, Tane was shocked to return and find them both gone. Next week, Tane is forced to admit to Rose what she's done, and confirms that Tane was seen leaving the premises with Maia on the CCTV. Rose is furious, and Tane feels all the more guilty when she learns that the mother has come forward. Meanwhile, Sonia Rickard arrives at the station and reveals that she's Maia's mother, her daughter's real name being Poppy. She confirms that she was the person who left the bracelet engraved with that name at the surf club a few weeks back, and it was Rose's speech during the press conference that had made her come forward. Sonia explains to Rose and Harper that she had been completely overwhelmed after Poppy's father had walked out on her 5 months into the pregnancy. Sonia is now in a much better place and hopes she will be allowed to take her daughter back, and whilst Rose organises a DNA test to confirm Sonia's story, she stops short of telling her that Poppy is currently missing, hoping that Tane's return will be. Having left numerous messages for Tane, Tane finally receives a message from him asking her to stop calling and that Maia is safe. Later in the week, we finally meet the infamous Sarge, revealed to be Sergeant Callan. The last time we saw the most senior officer of Yabby Creek Police Station was over 3 years ago, when a couple of one-off appearances in 2020 and 2021 saw Sergeant Cooper in charge. Callan asks Rose to explain why Sonia hadn't been told that her daughter was missing. Rose replies that she was waiting for the DNA results to come back first, but that doesn't wash with Callan, who says he's now filled Sonia in and demands to know why Tane's face isn't on every screen in Australia. Rose explains that she didn't want to scare Tane off, but Callan points out that it's been 2 nights and Tane could be anywhere by now. Callan is equally unimpressed when he sees the search warrant Rose applied for and realizes that Marley, her boyfriend, lives with Tane. Callan asks Rose if she's been deliberately dragging out the investigation to help her boyfriend's mate, and whilst Rose denies this is the case, he announces that he is taking over. The next morning, Sergeant Callan gives a press conference revealing that Tane is wanted for the kidnapping of a 4-month-old baby. The residents of the Bay are devastated as they watch the news. As his face is plastered over Australia's TV screens, Tane is holed up in his cousin Kiri's house with Poppy.
Các bạn vừa theo dõi một sản phẩm của Home and Away Spoiler Today. Xin chào.